I like it up here. I'm pretty new to DC. It's a little different than back home. Like, your laws work a little differently. Like, weed is practically fucking legal here. It's crazy. It's a little different back home. Like, but it's crazy, right? Because the stigma is totally lifted. And I remember it wasn't always the case. Like, I remember the first time I got caught smoking weed in high school was kind of a big deal. So I was hanging out with my buddy after school, and my dad's a blue-collar guy, real hard-ass, retired Marine, Vietnam veteran. He was fixing to go to work. He comes in, he's like, "Son, going to work. Don't get in any trouble. Your mom will be home in a few hours." I'm like, "All right, Dad, love you. Have a good day at work." As soon as he shut the door, me and my buddy started rolling up a joint. And my buddy said, "Hey, man, do you want to go smoke this out back on the patio?" And I'm in high school. I'm trying to be cool. I'm like, "Nah, man, we can light this in here." So we sparked it up, and the room immediately was like, "It's a fucking terrible idea. You should never smoke a joint in your bedroom in high school. Bad idea." So I'm like, "Dude, we got to take this outside." But instead of putting it out, we just walked through the house, smoking a joint downstairs to the back patio. And unbeknownst to me at the time, my dad had forgot his work bag. So he turned around. And we're out on the patio. We just threw out the joint, and the next thing I know, boom, he kicks open the back door. "What the fuck are you guys doing?" Standing here like the damn Kool-Aid man. I'm like, I get a little scared because my dad, this Kool-Aid man, you're high, I'm fucking freaking out. It's a little nervous. And I'm looking at my friend, I'm like, I need help, help me. And I literally see him just go, and he shoots right behind my dad and walks inside. I'm on my own. I gotta say something. So I'm like, pull it together, Ron, pull it together. And I just remember reaching in my pocket and grabbing a lighter and like, "What? We're just lighting dog hair." And I'll never forget the look on my dad's face. Like, he's the most clever insult thrower I've ever met. Like, he's practically a drill sergeant. And he just looks at me and he's like, "Get inside, stupid." But I wasn't easy on my folks. That wasn't it for them. A couple years later, I was at Applebee's with my fake ID. I don't know if you guys have ever been to happy hour at Applebee's, but it's pretty lit actually, right? Like $3 Long Island iced teas, like it'll get you there. So after $9, I'm feeling pretty good, and I'm driving home, and I see the red flashing lights, and I'm like, "Oh shit, I've made a terrible mistake." Next thing I know, I'm in a squad car heading to jail, and I get to the station, and I'm about to take my mugshot. And I see the officer behind the camera kind of stop and start calling some people over. And they're now looking at me, laughing, kind of chuckling. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And so I look down, and I'm wearing a Students Against Drunk Driving t-shirt. Right across my chest. So I look up, and instantly I'm like, click, click. I'm like, "That's my mugshot." But what's really interesting about the story is my mom picked me up from jail the next day wearing a Mad shirt. I made for a good photo op outside of the jailhouse. Put it right there on the mantle. Well, I'm happy to say I've kind of turned things around. I've cleaned up my act a little bit as I've matured. I've got a couple exciting things going on in my life. I started dating a new girl. It's going pretty well. It's cool because she's Pakistani, and I'm half Pakistani, but I'm not really in touch with that side. So getting reintroduced to like the food and the culture and the customs, it's been a lot of fun. So she asked me the other day, like, "Hey, do you want to come over for dinner and meet my parents?" I'm like, "Yeah, babe, that sounds great. A little nervous. What's your dad like?" And she's like, "Oh, he's cool, he's normal, but he's a huge Batman fan." And I'm like, "Okay, cool, Batman's cool." "That's all you're gonna give me?" She's like, "No, you'll see." So sure enough, I show up to the house, knock on the door, and he greets me, and I'm like, "Hey, Mr. Chowdhury, I'm Ron, nice to meet you." And he's like, "Beta," and beta means son. He's like, "Welcome to my home. Come. Why so serious?" And I remember the Batman thing. I'm like, I get it, like Heath Ledger, the Joker. I get it, I got it. And he's like, "Yes, come in." So we go in for dinner, and it's like me, him, my girlfriend, and her mom walks in from the kitchen and she sits down a dish on the table, and I'm like, "Oh my God, my favorite, chicken tikka masala." And he pushes back a plate and he stands up and looks down at me and he's like, "Oh, you think chicken tikka masala is your ally? You really adopted the chicken tikka masala. I was born in it." Mr. Chowdhury, the mask and we ate dinner, and that's my time, guys.
I love that he was wearing a Bane mask throughout dinner, and it was only when he like made the thing about the chicken tikka masala that it got weird.